Hi everyone, so this is another video for my baby series. For those who don't know, I have a 6-week-old baby called Pollyanna. She's a little girl, and this video I'm just going to be telling you some of the things that I swear by for a newborn baby. Some of these things we used in the very beginning and have stopped using now, or some of them we have only just started using now. Simply because you buy so many things before you have a baby that you put them all away and you almost forget about the things that you have. So some of the things we've only just started trying out. I will make sure everything is linked in the product description box below, and I have also linked them to where you can buy them. So some of the products are American, but I have linked to where you can get them here in the UK, and I'll also be telling you the price and where you can get them for a little bit cheaper. So starting off with the Tommee Tippee Perfect Prep Machine. Now, so many people told us about this. It makes things so much easier for you, and obviously when you have a baby that is just what you need. So this is £70 via John Lewis. It basically makes your bottles for you within a minute. So it puts in the hot water and then it puts in cool water, and then your bottle is the perfect temperature. So there's no waiting around for the boiling water to cool down. Come 2 o'clock in the morning when you're half asleep and your baby's screaming, crying because she's woke up really hungry, your bottle is ready within a minute. So it's so good. And honestly, there are times when we're away from home and we don't have the prep machine, and I'm at my mum's and I have to do the old-fashioned way of boiling a kettle. But even like waiting for it to cool down is a nightmare, and then making sure that it's the right temperature. All in all, this is one thing that I recommend out of anything that you buy from this YouTube video. It's the Tommee Tippee Perfect Prep Machine. We then got the Tommee Tippee Complete Feeding Set, and this was because it had the steriliser in it as well. So obviously a steriliser is what you need if you're using bottles, which a lot of people do even if they're breastfeeding, because you can pump or you could be asked to top up with formula milk. The good thing about this feeding set was it came with teats 1 and teats 2 and different sized bottles for baby newborn to the next size up. This feeding set you can find at John Lewis as well for $69.99. I also used the Tommee Tippee electric breast pump, which is £169.99, available at Mothercare, and I would recommend an electric breast pump over a manual one, just because you can kind of relax more, and that is just what you want when you're pumping. I pumped the first week because I got cracked nipples, and I was really scared to pump because it was the first time I had ever used a pump, and I knew that my nipples were so sore. I was dreading putting it onto my boob even, and it really took me a while to press the on button because I had no idea what it was going to feel like, and I just thought it was going to hurt. It was absolutely fine. It was more painful feeding her on my breast than pumping, so I ended up pumping for a few days. It was also single. I did try with a double, but I kind of just felt like a milking machine. I would be sat there with a double breast pump and you couldn't really do anything with the other hand, whereas I could be on my phone or just keeping myself occupied while I'm doing it. Now, I know this video is going to seem like it's been sponsored by Tommee Tippee, but I assure you it hasn't. It's just all of these things are kind of in order of what I've brought them in. Another thing I absolutely swear by is the Tommee Tippee video monitor. This was £180, but I found it at Asda for £90. And the reason why I really recommend this one is because it comes with a sensory mat that goes underneath your baby's mattress. It alerts you if the baby hasn't moved for a certain amount of time. The monitor also keeps the temperature on there. It's also great because it has a zoom in function, so you can see the baby very clearly. That was something I really worry about. Even though I can see her cot from our bed, I was worried that if she's sick in the night, I don't want her to be lying with sick on her face. I like to know that when I wake up I can see everything really clearly, and with that I can. Then we have the MOBA Moses basket. I liked the style of it. So this was £99 via John Lewis as well as fitting in with the theme of her room, so it's grey. It's so lightweight, so we carry it from room to room. In all honesty, the first week she was fine in a Moses basket. Now she's at that stage where she hates being put down, and she notices as soon as we put her down, her arms will flip out, and she just needs to be cuddled and held really close. So at the moment we haven't been using the Moba Moses basket. There's a lot of things we haven't been using apart from my arms or Daddy's arms. The Moses basket is always great to have. The stand folds down really easily so we can take it to Nanny and Grandad. It's just really good to carry with us. Another thing that I absolutely swear by, the Sleepyhead. We have the Sleepyhead Deluxe Plus, and this is available from John Lewis at £130. We also got an extra case, so we got the white one, but then we brought a pink case for it. So there's lots of other cases. They have like a marble print as well. I would recommend getting 2 cases simply because when they're so newborn, they are sticky a lot. Literally the first time we put her in it, she was sick, and then luckily we had a new one so we could change it. This is another thing that she loved. It was the only thing she would sleep in for the first few weeks. I think because it's so snug in there. Sleep bags are something that we've only just started using, and we had so many of these from newborn, but we haven't used them until this week. The past 2 weeks it's been really bad of like wanting to put her down to sleep, and she isn't settling unless she's in our arms. So we read online that a sleep bag is a great way of settling her and then putting her down because she still feels warm, and it's been working. You can get different togs for different room temperatures. Then we have I'm not sure how to pronounce this word, the Lancino nipple cream. So this, when I was breastfeeding and I had cracked nipples, this cream just gave me so much relief. In Boots it was like a tenner, but I found it on John Lewis for £8 something. So it's a little bit cheaper. Obviously every little bit helps. I had a few tubes of these at the standby, so I would recommend definitely getting some of that if you're planning on breastfeeding. Another thing that we recently started to use when she was about 5 weeks old, the Ergo baby wrap. The baby wrap I wish I had used from when she was newborn, but because I had a C-section I wasn't able to lift anything heavy or push the pram, so I waited until I was feeling a lot better. So around 5 weeks was the first time that I wrapped her up, and it was so nice. This is $49.99 from John Lewis. It's so perfect. She's just so warm and close, and it's great because I can walk the dog as well with her, and we can go on the beach and not worry that the pram won't go on the beach. And sometimes it's even good for around the house, so I have used it for around the house while I'm doing housework, like doing the hoovering, because she just doesn't want to be put down. Sometimes she might cry for a little while, but once she starts feeling the motion of me walking and doing things, she soon settles down, and it's just perfect when it's windy. She's so snug and it's just so lovely. I really do love this. I'm going to try and use this as much as I can until she gets too big for it. As I mentioned, I was worried about the temperature in her bedroom, so the Grow Egg room thermometer was really important to me. This is $26.99, available from John Lewis again. It goes different colours, so it also acts like a room light. I leave her nursery door open and our bedroom door, so when I wake up in the night I just look through and I can see what colour the room is and what colour the egg is, and I'll know if it's too hot or too warm, and I'll know to go and check on her if it's gone blue. We also used Ollie the Owl quite a lot. This is $31.49 and it plays different sounds. So it plays a lullaby and it plays white noise. So white noise she absolutely loved for up to 2 to 3 weeks. Ollie the Owl would come on if it heard her crying. It was really good. It kind of settled her when she was kind of in that state of asleep to awake, kind of drifting out and in of sleep. It kind of soothed her just for a little bit longer. Then something that I just never realised she would love as much as she does, it's the Scandi-born mobiles. Obviously you don't have to get the same ones as me, but they are in stock again. I place these over her changing mat. In the evening, in the daytime, whenever she's placed on this mat, she absolutely loves it. She'll just lie there and stare up at these like twinkling things, and obviously as her eyesight got better she loved it even more. And lastly we have the Swaddler. The Swaddler for us has been incredible, especially since she's got to that stage of not wanting to be put down. So we started using the Swaddler when she was about 5 weeks old. We got this lovely one from Ergo Baby and it's covered in this kind of hedgehog print. It's super sorry for the abrupt ending on this video. Something happened and the camera just must have stopped filming. So like I was saying, the Ergo Baby Swaddler was really, really great for such a long time.
and we used to use that to get her to bed. And another last item that I just want to mention is the baby born rocker. So this she now settles in quite well on her own. We just give it a little tap and it keeps her going for such a long time, and she's now learnt to sleep in it, so she's doing really great. And that is everything. So that is everything that I recommend for a newborn up to about 7 weeks. So I will do another video like this because every week she's changing and the items are changing with her. So give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!